I am not really ready to get back to doing this, but I need to. My brain isn't emotionally processing what happened with my dad dying. So I'm going to try to work through this as best as I can. And I realize that there's almost nobody that watches my channel here. And I don't know if there's anybody who's actually going to even watch this. But maybe you're wondering, how is it that he has so many bad things happening to him one after another and he hasn't collapsed? He hasn't killed himself. He hasn't gone nuts and become a shooter or something. Well, I've been through a lot of challenges in my life. I've been through a lot of adversity, and the statement, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, is only partially true. There are plenty of people out there that demonstrate that you can be somewhere in between stronger and dead. I mean, look at all the people who are living on the streets who are struggling to survive or struggling to get back to normalcy, struggling to get back into a home. And you can see that. And then all the adversity, which I hated to go through, fortunately did give me the strength to weather situations like I'm going through now. And for those of you who are not really aware of what I'm talking about, in 2023 I hurt myself while working at Amazon. Amazon in Sedgwick denied me workers' compensation, not once but twice. My shoulder was irreparably damaged when I had started working at Amazon. However, it was about 95% or more. The condition was that good. And yet their excuse was it didn't happen at work, when it most definitely did. It was because I actually worked hard, really hard. I mean, I made a lot of younger people than me, and I'm 58 now, look lazy. Some of them were legitimately lazy, and others just didn't work very hard, and they were smart. Because Amazon doesn't value hard workers. So they started to do bad things to me in 2023. They violated their own safety policies that led to my injury. And then in 2024, they accused me of harassment on 2 separate occasions when I had not done anything that even remotely resembles harassment. And on top of persecuting me, as well as several other union organizers, for something that we did that was protected by the National Labor Relations Act and had been declared illegal. Amazon's action, that is, had been declared illegal by the National Labor Relations Board's judge. Which, by the way, the NLRB is now basically defunct because of Trump and Musk. Well, they took those 3 things, and because they didn't want to have to pay short-term disability for me while I was getting surgery and recovering, they fired me. At the same time, and I didn't know it at the time, my car was developing problems with the catalytic converter. So I did have problems also getting Medicaid to cover me, but after a bunch of shenanigans, not really shenanigans, a bunch of roadblocks, bureaucracy, right? Which I hurdled easily. The only hurdle that lay in my way was that Amazon had, presumably knowingly after all the bad things they've done to me, not informed Medicaid, or specifically the company that was my insurance company for Medicaid, that I was no longer employed. And so, fortunately, I got a couple of wonderful women at Medicaid and CareSource who helped me get all that straightened out in one day. I mean, I did have some things to go through to get to that point, but yeah, so finally, I was able to get my prescriptions filled. I was able to get my physical therapy paid for. But, I'm still unemployed. I still don't have a source of income other than my reviews channel, which only brings in about $100 or so per month, 100, 110. When I'm lucky, it's 120 or a little bit more than that even. But mostly it's around 100 and 110. And obviously, when you're paying $11.50 a month for rent, plus internet, plus electricity, plus, and so on, it adds up. Now, because I'm no longer driving down to Kentucky every day for work, I have a slightly lower insurance rate for my car, but my car's condition is bad and is now getting about 20 some miles per gallon, whereas it used to get close to 40. And then Dad just died a couple weeks ago. So I'm grateful to Ohio, and because they have given me food stamps and full Medicaid. And Kentucky, you can go to hell because you wouldn't help me with unemployment even during the period immediately after my surgery when I could do nothing. So go to hell. Unemployment benefits of Kentucky. You guys suck. My shoulder is getting much, much better. It's still a long road ahead. Getting to normal takes about a year. Well, almost normal. And full healing is 2 years. But I can get my arm up all the way to here now, which before I could not even get anywhere near that. And that's because of the exercises I do with the physical therapists and I do at home. And my body, obviously. So, yeah, that's it. Things could definitely be worse. I could be in the Gaza Strip. I could be in eastern Kentucky where it floods all the time. I could be in Tampa or some other part of Florida where it's looking like things are, in terms of climate, things are not so good for Florida. So I feel fortunate for what I do have. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to look at the good things in life. And for some people, there's very little that is good. So I count myself as very, very lucky compared to a lot of other Americans who are going through much worse things than I am. That doesn't mean I don't need help. It just means I'm keeping my chin up and I'm not going to give up. So thank you so much for your support. Oh wait, I don't know if anybody on this channel has supported me because nobody even, only 10 people looked at my video about me taking a break that my dad died on this channel. On my other two channels, I had hundreds of views, but on this channel, 10 views and no comments, nothing. So, maybe nobody's watching this. That's okay. For the people who decide to look at this, now could be worse. Thanks for watching and have a great day.